favorite gift to receive, and it's amazing that you mentioned the worst gift, because I think the other day my wife was mentioning somebody receiving, or we were looking at something and they talked about receiving, a comedian mentioned receiving some underwear and socks. And so when he mentioned that, I remember that our parents would ask, well, what do you want to get for Christmas? And we say, whatever you get, don't give me no clothes. Because we knew it was parents' slick way of shopping on you, and then declaring that that was a gift. So no clothes. I didn't want anything utilitarian. I didn't want anything that was beneficial to my life. I wanted something that was totally ridiculous, unnecessary expenditure is what I wanted. But now, like Gail, I'm in a different position in my life. What I would like to get is not would be the ideal gift for me would be a brand new computer, 1,500 horsepower. I mean, lots of power. I want a computer where I can just go and say, since we did it already, Al, okay. I didn't even get a chance to touch it. We knew you were gonna do it, so it's there already. No buffering, no buffering at all. I just want to kind of just go, and then it's there. It's already there, already done. And that's what I want. I want a computer that I can like see and confirm whether there's life on Mars. That I can just look and say, no, we can see. So that's what I want now. Computer.
I think it varies according to my age. When I was little, I wanted a cowgirl outfit. Never got it. When I was older, I wanted to have appliances. You know, I had my own kitchen and always running out of the right thing to use. And then as I got a little bit older, it was gift cards, I think, you know, where I could go out and buy what I wanted and make that do. And today, being 73, I appreciate being able to have a service. A massage, nails, eyelashes, facials, eyebrow threading, thank you. So that's probably my ideal present today. What it'll be next year, I have no idea. But right now, most of my disposable income is into services and spoiling myself. And that's okay. My husband will probably give me money, and I can tell you it'll probably go for spoiling myself. So that's my way of celebrating Christmas.
The memory I cherish actually is continued way into adulthood. For Christmas time was making the cake. I've talked about this at my other Toastmasters club, but I don't know, see any familiar faces who would have heard this already, so I will share this. And this is a chocolate cake that my mother used to make. We get it would be for birthdays, and even after that had stopped, we still did it for Christmas because it was a process. First, she'd make the cake, 3 layers of yellow cake, and then freeze them, and then cut them in half horizontally after they were ready for that. And then the chocolate frosting that was soft cream, not a buttercream, but a cream frosting, very chocolatey. And the fun part was when we'd frost the cake, we'd help her do that, and then we would get to clean up the leftovers by someone would get to lick the spatula, and someone would get to lick the spoon, and someone would get to lick the beater, which was always a challenge because this beater was a single beater. You get the outside part easily, but that inside shaft, you just have to stretch your tongue and just try to reach out, and it would seem like cheating to use your fingers. But then the cake, when it was done, would go in the refrigerator the day before, and then that night after Christmas, celebrating, we would get out the cake, and it would be delicious. And the leftovers the next day would be delicious too. So that's a favorite childhood and adult memory.
A few years ago, I decided to change the way I give gifts. I will not come with a gift bag or a perfectly wrapped present for you. Because as I told you, some of my gifts, unbeknownst to me, are the wrong thing and they get regifted back to me. So what do? I get a big box, and throughout the year, I buy an assortment of different things. Now admittedly, I'm an egghead. I love books. I do not buy fiction, I buy nonfiction. And I have a lot of books on how to increase your creativity. I have like 5 copies of that for next year. I have some books on writing goals and journaling, personal growth things. I also have a raw cookbook. I have recently started drinking, it's got pea powder and then it has the MCT oil in it, which is so good for your brain. And it's got a little bit of coffee and chocolate. And that's the new thing that's gonna be added to my box this year, because I love it and I think some of my family and friends would enjoy it as well. And if people look through there and they still don't find anything, I have several gift cards, and I have several packets of nice wool socks from Costco too. So what I'm finding is when I have a wide assortment of gifts, I have a better chance of giving you something you like. And if by chance you give me something I don't like, and I don't have to see you till next year, it might show up in the box because I go to lots of parties and it might just get regifted to someone else.
Holiday memory is kind of the same every year. We walk into my parents' house and Mom is cooking the roast beef, and it's a smell that just makes your body want to float to the table and engorge all the num-nums included in that. I don't know how long I'm supposed to speak.
Until you're done.
Okay, and having beverages with my family and gift giving and just being in the comfort of the Christmas tree and the fireplace, just like a movie. It's unfortunately not that anymore, but it was a great memory when I had it.
I have not had a Christmas tree for. I have not had a Christmas tree for years. A few years back, I did experiment with the Charlie Brown tree. Are y'all familiar?
Yeah.
It's got a little piece of wire and it's got these little bristly things on it. There's room for one ornament. Because on the Charlie Brown tree, he had the little thing and he put the one ornament on it and it killed the tree. So this tree isn't designed to kind of bent over. I thought you could put a couple presents under that. I experimented with that several years back. That did not work so fantastically. This year, we are actually prohibited by our housing complex from having real trees. We would have to have a fake tree. We don't have a tree, so we compromised and we put lights on the window. Woohoo, we have lights on the window. But the favorite Christmas tree memory I have is when I was little-ish kid. I mean, I guess my brother got to be where he was old enough to do it too, so that would have had to have been from about the time I was 5 till about the time I was maybe 13, 14. We'd get this, we had our tree, the tree. It was in the basement. I think we got one tree the whole time I was a kid, and it went in the basement every year, artificial tree, bring it up. And we had this big piece of plywood that lived in my dad's pole barn the rest of the year. Big 4x8 sheet piece of plywood, because why cut it down? Who cares? And it was raised up a little bit, and it had fake snow fabric, like, nail gunned to it, and a little bit of glue and stuff like that. And there were train tracks on it, because my dad had, just for Christmas, not the rest of the year, those model train enthusiasts, they had their layout downstairs. This was just for Christmas, but there was train tracks permanently adhered to this piece of wood that lived in the pole barn. And it would come out, and the trains would come out, And he set up the little transformer, get it all set up, and we put the train on. And you could run the little thing. And of course, as small children, small boys, we realized that some of the curves on the thing were just sharp enough that if you got a good running start at it and jiggled the transformer just right, you could make the train speed up and go flying off the track. So we would routinely load things in the cars that the engine was towing and launch them. We would experiment with the different cars, whether or not, this car made the train faster, slower, whether it was a more colossal wreck if you put this one on, and all that sort of thing. And mostly we did this when my dad wasn't around, because that would have been, not so good. So that's my tree memory from when I was a smaller child.